Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel and welcome to yet another video on my F-Type Jag. Just actually been and picked up some bits. Look at these. But they're not for this video, they're for a different video. Let me show what I'm doing in this one. This box is for this video. Let me give you a clue. Yes, we are looking at a cold air intake or induction kit. So this is the ProRam kit. I'll drop a link below where you can actually get this kit. So these are the pipes and these are metal. So that should give some nice resonance to the actual sound, and we should release that Supercharger whine that you don't get on the F-Type Jag. Got a few couplings and obviously the air filters themselves. So let's get this all unpacked. I'll put it on the table and we'll just have a quick look what we got. There we go. So we've got the two actual connecting pipes. We've got the two air filters, a couple of straight couplers, a couple of reducing couplers, some sort of mounting brackets, a couple of tie wraps, 4 large hose clips and 2 smaller ones. So before we start any of that, what we've got to do is get this car jacked up and get it on the axle stands, because we've got to do a lot of work removing the under tray on this car. And yeah, I think there's quite a few screws involved there. So let's get the car jacked up and then I'll get back to you. I'll tell you what the next step is. But before we get to fit that, I've just had these delivered. So these are Chinese specials, supposed to be coming in about 8 weeks, but they came in about 1 or 2 weeks. So off AliExpress, these are the little door lights that shine down the Jaguar emblem on the floor. So let's get these installed. So these are the original door lights that you get, which crappy little bulb in them, you know what I mean? I can't believe they're not even LEDs, but what we need to do is just pop that out, and if you push on one end, should come out like that, dead easy. There's a crappy little bulb, and unplug. These are the nice projector lights and they should just plug straight in like so, and then again just push in. Right, a little bit tight to fit, but they did go in eventually, and that's it. It's as simple as that. So let's have a look what that gives us on the projection down onto the floor. Right, so in the garage, so hopefully you can see this. So here we go. Oh, look at that. That is fabulous. Looks a bit bumpy because my floor's kind of studded, but yeah, that looks absolutely amazing. Happy with that. Being Chinesium, they're only about £10 delivered. Couldn't believe it. Get the other one fitted, then we'll get on to the cold air intake. So just to give you a little bit of detail on the jacking, so obviously the front wheel just behind, you've got the frame that runs down here, and I'm jacking just at the back of the frame, just before this first sort of under where the strut, the brace bar under here connects to a nut there. I'm just in front of that, so I'm going to jack it up there, and then I'm going to put the axle stands on this bit here, so that it'll stand on the axle stand. You might just see the one over there on the other side, so it should be able to support it. This is the frame of the car. Wheel arch liner, it's many T30s that are all around the place, so let's buzz all them out and get the wheel arch liner out. And you got one of these types where you just need to set the centre part out and then pop the rest of it out with a panel tool. So, and that should now come off. So on this one just here, there's a 10mm nut that needs to be removed, and then you can actually get the wheel liner out. So now we've got those off, this exposes our air filter. So there's the air filter in the housing. This here is a silencer as far as I'm aware, but this is what we're going to replace. So we're replacing this and we're replacing this, so we need to get all this out. To get all this out, unfortunately, you've got to take this bottom tray off, and take this off, you've got about 1,000 screws. Let me go underneath and show you what we've got to do to take this off. Okay, there's so many different parts. You've got this lip here, So this is like an underlip, which is good because if you catch this, which it has been caught quite a bit, look, then you know you're a bit too low, but it's only this little plastic trim underneath, so you're not actually damaging the spoiler on your bumper, so that's good. So we need to take this one piece off here, and then there's a middle piece here, and obviously it goes to the other side as well. So let's buzz these off first and see what we've got after that. So next you have another little piece to this sort of front lip, which is this bit here. So just need to buzz that off. Leaves us now to the under tray, which is held on by these type of screws here, which just need a bit of a turn. Probably do it with a flat screwdriver. So let me just get a screwdriver and take those out. Actually a T30 bit will fit as well, so I'm going to do this with a T30 bit. So I'm going to take all of the edge ones out, and then let me show you. There's a couple of hidden ones that are in here, but I'm going to leave them till the last, because you've also got a couple of 10mm bolts just in there as well. So there's one there, and there's another one at that side. So I'm going to leave those till last, and then I can load the tray down when I just take those out in a controlled manner rather than it just dropping on me. That is a lot of weight to get an under tray off, but Jesus, right. Anyway, let's crack on now and have a look at what we've got. Now I've exposed the air filter, what we're going to do is I'm going to set the camera up here, and then I'll go in the car and we'll do a little bit of revving and see what it looks like before we actually change it over to the induction kit. So there you go, that's what it sounds like before. You can't even hear the supercharger. Let's crack on now. We need to get this lot installed under there. So here we go. To get this off now, obviously we're going to have to just remove this MAF sensor connection. We're going to keep this bit anyway. This bit needs to go between my replacement pipe, which is going to go in there, and my air filter, which is going to go on mine. So to get this out, we need to remove the MAF sensor connector. We need to undo these. These are going to be fun because they're facing the wrong way. And one up there to undo, and then there's a bolt holding the air filter on here. There's just one underneath, so we'll come underneath here. So we've got this here, so that we can remove this whole unit here. One side off, I found it a bit easier by just taking the screws out and separating the air filter part off this bit, and then obviously that bit fits on top of there like that, and then it was then easy to get this bit off, and then there was another bolt holding this at the back, and then this came off as well. But yeah, so that is your silencer for the actual supercharger. So I'm not too sure how this MAF sensor is going to go back in on the new one, but let me investigate that and I'll get back to you. So I was looking at this MAF sensor and I thought, how the hell am I going to fit one of these cones on the end of this MAF sensor? Because look, it's screwed in here. But I've undone those two screws, pop it out, and look, there is a lip. So I've got this assembly at the moment. So obviously there's the new cone. I've got the MAF sensor in between. That just plugs straight into the cone, so that's fine. I've used the reducer, so one of the reducers you get in the kit. Now to go from that to this, I haven't put the band on there yet, to this, and then this end will actually go into the existing part. That's all well and good, but I'm left over with this, which is just a straight bit of pipe, and I'm not sure what that's for. Now, I don't know if that's going to go over there, but it's certainly, this needs to push in on the bit that's left on the car. Let me show you. That's what we've got left on the car, so this I'm pretty sure is going to push into there, and then that'll tighten up and job done. So what is the use of that other piece that I've got? Let me see if I can get it installed and see if it looks right. To get better access to this air intake bit here, I decided to drop that tray there and just look at the mess in that tray. Jeez, look at that. I think we're going to have a little bit of a clean up while I'm under here. Right, this has taken me ages, but yeah, I managed to fit it on. So that fit in there, like I said. Then you've got the reduction here, going into the MAF sensor here, and then straight into the comb filter. So yeah, that's all now in place. What I had to do is make this bracket here. The bracket you get with it, I can't see how that's going to fit ever. So I've made this metal bracket here, and that's just bolted onto there, and that is solid as a rock now. That is not moving at all. Well happy with that. And this is the other side, and on here you do have an extra cable, which is this one that is actually clipped on to the air filter box. So you get a couple of tie wraps in the kit, and I've just tie wrapped that there. So again, I've made another bracket here just to hold it, so it's absolutely rock tight now. That ain't going anywhere, that ain't moving. And yep, that's it already now, so it's all ready to reassemble. Before we do that, let's fire it up and see what it sounds like. Yes, that's the sound I'm after. Yeah, let's get this all reassembled, and then we'll take it out for a little run and see what she sounds like on the road. I've got to say that was a tough install. Tough because of the number of bolts you've got to take out to get that lower tray off. Unbelievable. Anyway, it's all back on now. Car's off the axle stands, so let's get it out there and let's give it a run up and down the road. And that is the exact sound I was looking for from this car. What's the point of having a supercharger if you can't hear it? Hope you enjoyed that. If you did, then don't forget to subscribe to my channel and give me a thumbs up for this video. See you in the next one.